Hey guys, we are back for another episode. Today's topic is going to be about cheating. And my husband didn't know about the topic, and from now on, he will not know about the topic. So it's a surprise to him. So, my question today is, how do you admit to your partner that you cheated on them?
First of all, I don't know why we're talking about cheating. Second of all, I don't know how you admit it. I cheated? I don't know.
We ain't got to the questions yet.
I cheated?
Many people, and when I say many people, I mean many people, have been cheated on or have cheated. And I wanted to do this video to maybe get some helpful advice from my husband on how to come out with it to your partner.
So maybe my wife is a serial cheater and she is trying to come out with something to tell me, maybe. I don't know, but many people do get cheated on.
I felt like this was a great topic that needed to be discussed.
Oh, okay. If you say so. Hey, it's your channel. It is your channel. Hey, you talk about what you want to talk about. It's your channel.
So, let's see. So we'll start off from the beginning and we'll break everything down from the beginning to the end. So my first question is, how soon should you tell your partner that you cheated on them?
I mean...
And this should be a healthy discussion.
What? I don't know. I just think you should tell them. I mean, you tell them immediately, just to get clear the air.
Should you wait a year down the line? Should you tell them within the first week?
I mean, it just depends on the relationship. Me personally, I don't know how to answer it just because it just depends on the relationship. Some people have to cheat on each other to maintain a healthy, believe it or not, relationship. I mean, some people believe in practicing polygyny or polygamy.
But do you just not tell them?
I don't know. It just depends on your relationship. Hey man, look, men, women out there, if you are cheating and you got something to tell your partner and it's just eating you up, I just advise you to tell them. To be honest with you, most women are found to be cheaters by statistics, just because women usually line up the man to cheat with first. Men usually are pretty stupid about their cheating, even though that seems like a cop-out. It's true, very true. Men don't think about sex and sexual encounters the same as women do. So, I don't know. I think if you're cheating, just tell your partner. But it also just heavily depends on the relationship. If you are cheating and you don't want your partner to know, and maybe tell your partner what's bothering you and why, you feel the way you feel. And then at the end of it, if it's been healthy and it's progressed, tell them.
Okay, that's all you got. So let's go deeper into it. No straight answer on when to tell them.
I mean, I said immediately at first, but it's up to the person. I can't tell people when. I would just say immediately. Back in college, it was deny. I didn't do it. If you caught me on camera, it wasn't me. It was my twin brother. So like I said, man, it's up to the person. Maturity plays heavily in cheating, especially bouncing.
I mean, the best way to save your relationship, though, would that be to tell them sooner?
I mean, what if you don't want the relationship?
I mean, I'm only going by if you want to save your relationship.
Most relationships end, especially these days. Most relationships end after cheating. I mean, that's just how it is. People feel a certain way these days. So, I mean, it ain't like in the old days where we needed each other, especially as black people. You know, we needed each other. We had to survive. It was survival first and everything else second. These days, we don't. We just don't need each other. So, you know, people want to feel like they're the prize. They feel like they're highly valuable. They feel like once they are married or in a relationship that no one's better. Got the right to feel that way. But I mean, it's a job at the end of the day. And every job has the right to replace you, just like you go work at a 9 to 5, or even if you have your own business, you know, you're competing. Every day is a competition. If you are not competing for your partner day in and day out, you know, they have the right to replace you. I mean, my views are always going to be a little different because, I mean, relationships are complex. But if you compete and challenge each other, you always have more chance of success in your relationship than not. Even if cheating is involved, you need to get to the root cause of what it was. But I would just say, if you want your relationship, there's a time and a place to tell your partner. It's based upon that relationship. If things are super rocky and you want to keep it, you know, there's a rule of thumb. Don't pile everything on at once. Give it time. You know, break it up. You know, if you want to come out, hey, I cheated on you, and you know, you just got done yelling and screaming at each other, well, you're just gonna start back yelling and screaming at each other. But if it's calm, quiet environment, and things are kind of getting on the right track, this is where it gets kind of critical. You know, it depends on the man and the woman too. Most men who make a lot of money, they exercise their options greatly. I mean, the only reason Bill Gates is probably divorced because it became public. Just being honest. So, you know, it just depends on the man. It depends. I mean, his wife signed off on it. They were together for 30 years and he was with his high school sweetheart. So, you know, it's all a partner relationship. So that's kind of, just tell them when you know the time is right. I would say immediately, but it's up to you at the end of the day.
Let's go a little bit deeper. So let's try to help them out a little bit more. How would you say you should approach the topic? Like, would you, you know, get rose petals out, run your girl a nice bath, put champagne out, or would you just text them and call them? Which one would you rather prefer?
If a job wants to fire you, they don't take you out to fire you.
But if somebody want to keep their relationship, would they do all that first before saying I cheated on you?
If a job wants to fire you or saying you're being replaced, they don't buy you roses, they don't buy you food. They sit you down and have an honest conversation with you and see where you're at. And then they go, hey man, this ain't gonna be the place for us to continue, so you're being replaced or you're fired. Or they tell you, hey man, I think we can work this out. But they don't do anything lavish. They don't do anything to make it special. It's a very serious conversation. It's a very serious matter. Because if you feel like you have to cheat, that means your relationship is already over. And there needs to be serious development within the relationship. Usually within the next 6 months. So, I wouldn't do anything special.
Just a face-to-face?
Yep.
Okay. So, next question is, so we already, you know, got to the point, hey, I'm going to tell my partner, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to sit them down. We're going to have a face-to-face. When your partner starts asking every question in the book after you say I cheated, do you answer every question they ask regarding that encounter?
No. And the reason why you don't is because there are some rules that do exist within this. I usually, I usually don't tell who the person is because usually people get very vindictive and they start being private eye, private detective. You could say that that's a repercussion of your actions, but you don't say everything. You say what's important. And what's important is I cheated, this is where I cheated, this is the day it happened, this is when it happened. As far as with who and why is very important, but as far as with who, that's not important because you still cheated. If I cheated with Beyonce or somebody ugly duckling, it doesn't matter. I still cheated. And it's the why. What did they bring to the table that was different than what I had at home, or what was not working at home that was working with them. So it's always going to be why. But a lot of times people will ask who was it, and unless there's a baby in the picture, who don't matter. Because at the end of the day, as long as they cut them off, as long as they're not talking anymore, and the way that you can do that and test that is by being fully open to whatever the demands are. I need your phone at night. I need your phone in the morning. I need to see who's texting you good morning. I need access to all your accounts. Now, some people are very extreme like that. Some aren't. Some people are very lenient in this aspect. And some women, believe it or not, will tell you didn't have to cheat or sleep with that person. You could have brought them into the bedroom with. So, man, there are a lot of people in this world that do things different. So that would just be my advice is you need to know your partner when it comes to how you feel. You should be fully capable of expressing yourself because that's, in my opinion, what leads to cheating. Yeah.
So you kind of touched on how to build that trust back up. So I can go with what you already said. My last question is, and a lot of people look at this question differently. Should non-married couples call it cheating because technically they're both still single? They're not married yet.
If you're dating, someone has the right to date whoever they want. That's just the rule of the game these days. I would just say if you're a woman and you are not married, I wouldn't have any kids. I would, definitely hold off on moving in. And if you're a man, I would financially be responsible enough to not spend my money on any woman. Despite what you see on the internet, keep your money. That's a smart investment. Invest it back into yourself. Second, don't believe what people show you in the beginning. Give it a year or two. And be friends for that year or two. See how they treat their family. See how they treat their friends. See how they keep relationships. See how they build bonds. See them angry. See them in seasons. And then you'll be able to make a better decision because the minute you have sex and the minute that you move in, you neglect a lot of what you see because you start to say, what? I love you. I need you, because you're doing things that make you need a person. But if you eliminate that, you don't have that anymore. If you stay separate, which, like I said, you're not married, so there's no need for you to be together like that. You stay separate, you build separately, and then you can see them go through seasons, and they can see you go through seasons. So that would be my biggest advice is trust the person to be who they are, but believe them when you see them. Shout out to the late, great DMX, may he rest in peace. But believe it when you see it, my man. And women, believe it when you see it. Don't get caught up in games. Don't get caught up in flashy lifestyles,
So at what point are they committed?
You're not. You're not committed till you're married. Even if you're engaged, a person can walk away.
So it's not technically cheating.
I mean, no, it's not. I mean, a person can't cheat on a person that they're not married to. That's just how it is. And the faster you realize that, the faster you save yourself a lot of headaches.
All right, I verified it for y'all. Y'all heard it twice.
I mean, at the end of the day, married people hold their responsibility to be with each other. That's their responsibility. They have to be with each other. They have to have sex with each other. It's just you say a vow to each other. Now, you can add to that when you get a yes from your partner, but every marriage knows the minute you step out, it's called adultery. In relationships, you don't have that. You don't have adultery. Why? Because you're dating. You're just seeing each other. And that's what the dating is for, to see if we are going to get married. And if we're not, we shouldn't be talking. And see, that's the biggest difference, is that we have to program ourselves to date with a purpose. You know, if we meet someone and we're upfront and honest, hey, I don't see a future with you, I just want to smash, and they don't know, hey, I appreciate you, you're going about your business. Because trust me, believe it or not, men, there are plenty of women who would love to just smash you and not have anything connected with you. If you want to find a wife, build your money, build your respect, build your confidence, build your body, build your mind, like build you up. Get a network, get a friend, get friends that will build you up. Get that core first, and then when you add a wife, it'll expand it. But if you add someone too early, it's gonna diminish your life, your whole life at that. So trust me when I say, if you have a lot of kids, you're gonna end up broke. If you have a lot of ex-wives, you're gonna be broke. Alimony and child support suck. So don't, just trust me. Don't believe the hype. All these rappers who have a bunch of kids, there's a reason why they keep rapping. They can't stop, or they'll be broke. Don't believe what you see, man. It's different. It's very different. If you're paying $10,000 a month in child support, I mean, how much money you think you're gonna have? How much money you gotta make to recover that? Anyways, I'm rambling, but you know, when it comes to cheating, me personally, cheating is not the object. To me, the object is why. You know, we need to figure out why we're cheating on people. And once we figure that out, we'll be able to move forward in a lot of our relationships. And some people truly don't need to be married. They need to have the freedom to do what they want to do. And marriage don't allow you that freedom sometimes. So, like I said, she surprised me with this one. That's all I'm saying. I don't know where it came from, but she felt like she had to talk about it. It's her channel. She needs to start introducing the channel, which is fits like a glove. So, you know, appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. Ding ding. But,
Bye, guys.